All right, we have made it to the last comedian of the night. How many people in here know Scott? All right, wait. Let him do his act first, all right? Holy shit. This is gonna be fucking nuts, all right? I've seen this guy start. I saw his first open mic. I've seen him working out material. He's killing it. He packed the fucking room tonight. We appreciate it. Left Coast Brewery. Give it up for the bar one time before we bring him up here. I'll say it. I booked this show. I fucked up. There should have been 9 bartenders back there. A couple servers, a stripper. All right, the guy you have all been waiting for. Please, everybody, make it motherfucking loud for Scott Busby!
That was arousing, you guys. Thank you. This is amazing, you guys. I have to. This is just. I'm so grateful right now that all of these people showed up. I think I know. I don't know most everybody that's here in the audience, and this has been a dream come true. I want to thank Eddie and Tanner, who's not here, that put on the open mic night on Mondays here, and who put on this whole show and given me this opportunity. I think they didn't get extra bartenders because they're like, who the hell is this guy, dude? He's not going to bring anybody. So you guys came through. Thank you. All payment will be made outside when we finish. So yeah, I'm really grateful. I have so many amazing friends from all different walks of life that are here. And actually I have one that's here tonight that called me yesterday because he wanted to let me know that it had been 11 years that he's been sober. And I mean, like, give it up. I'm not gonna point him out, but this guy called to tell me that he was thankful for me and for my support and my friendship and for never judging him. And he named a couple other guys in our friend group that we've known since we were kids, and he said how we were a rock for him. And all I could think was, what a fucking loser, dude. I'm your rock, bro. Like, seriously. Dude, you gotta pick better friends, bro. You gotta pick better friends, dude. Like, the 3 of you guys made me want to give up on life and do drugs. Like, just fucking quit. Dude, man. The thing about comedy, you guys, is that joke is only funny because I don't really believe that he's a loser anymore. There was a time, and Josh, actually, I think I owe you $20 because I definitely took the under on that bet. I didn't think that he was gonna make it 11 days, let alone 11 years. Anyways, you know who you are, bro. I love you, man. I love you. People are surprised when I tell them that I grew up Mormon. I grew up in a Mormon family, 6 kids. I was a Mormon missionary for 2 years in the Dominican Republic. And I'm not really that religious anymore, but there's some things that happen down there that I can only really describe as miracles to this day. And I'll give you guys an example. We were teaching this elderly couple, and they had been married for over 60 years, never had any kids. One night, the wife has a dream, and the dream an angel visits her, tells her that she's gonna have a child. She wakes up the next day, takes a pregnancy test, lo and behold, she's pregnant. She's telling us this story with tears in her eyes, and that was just one of those moments where I just knew that I'm fertile as fuck, you guys. Like, my swimmers are strong. Like, to knock up an elderly broad like that, like I'm not saying that this was the Immaculate Conception. But I mean, it wasn't the Holy Spirit that came upon her in the middle of the night. Nothing immaculate about that mess. You know what they say, you guys, is every position is missionary position when you're banging a missionary. But thank God they don't have any sort of, like, you know, custody or anything down there because I was not sticking around for little Escotito to be born. It was not right. The miracle was that I got away with that shit. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, I'll look him up when he made it to the major leagues. Oh, man. Daddy is here. Oh, no hablas el inglés. Lo siento. Man. You guys are laughing. This, like, thank you guys for laughing. I feel really good about myself. You guys have created a monster. Oh, man. What else do I got for you guys? Yeah, so, speaking of kids, kids get a trophy just for showing up nowadays. Like, I don't like that. I think it sends the wrong message. I don't think that it builds any sort of character. You guys know what builds character? Is losing. But losing in the 3rd grade spelling bee like I did to a girl with special needs. She was nonverbal. She got all the nouns and adjectives. It's like, whoa. I want the verbs. No, but this is actually a true story. Actually, some of my friends here know what I'm talking about. This girl was quadriplegic. She had quadriplegic cerebral palsy. And so she had an adult helper that was like, is the next letter A or E? Yeah, that's right. It was E. Good job. I lost to that, dude. Like, talk about sending a message. Yeah. Fucking me too. Oh man. The worst part about the whole thing was that my older brother him and his buddies were betting on who was gonna win this. And they were giving my opponent higher odds of winning than me. To be handicapped like that? Not cool. Not cool at all. Alright, what else do I got? I don't know. I started coming up with jokes and I wrote down all my stuff, but then then they told me I was gonna go last, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna talk for like 45 minutes. Oh man. So, yeah. I'm in my mid-40s, I've never been married, I'm single, and no kids. That wasn't like a plug. There's a lot of things that you got to think about as a single guy that you don't think about. Like, well, I'm guessing if you're in a relationship, like condoms, for example. Like I gotta go buy condoms, and I went out to the store to buy condoms, and I'm like overwhelmed by how many different types of condoms there were, and I'm like reading the boxes. I'm like, what am I gonna do? And I found the condoms, the lambskin condoms. I was like, okay, well, what are these? And it says the most sensitive condoms on the market. Feels just like the real thing. And I was like, how do they know what a lamb pussy feels like? Like, that's, like, who made these? The Taliban? Sorry, the Taliban. Like, sheep fucking weirdos, dude. That's just weird. That is weird, man. But yeah, you guys can keep laughing. I like that joke. Thanks, you guys. Yeah. No, but I've dated like every kind of girl, like literally every kind of girl that's out there. Like I've even had a couple of boomerangs. You guys know what those are? Well, I made it up, but a boomerang, not the boomerang, but this, yeah, you guys will get it. A boomerang is when you got a girl in the palm of your hand and you send her out into the world and she goes out, she meets another guy, she marries the other guy, she has kids with the other guy, raises the kids with the other guy, then divorces the other guy, and then comes right back into my hand. Except now, the boomerang has fake tits and stretch marks. So I gotta send her back out there. See what I get. See if I can reverse that shit. How do you throw a boomerang in reverse? I don't know. Yeah. Man, I did. There's a couple of ones I want to talk about. I don't know if I should. I dated a lesbian girl once. This is a true story. Well, whatever. She wasn't a lesbian because she dated me, but she was married to a woman for 7 years, and I was the first person that dated her after that. And so on our first date, I'm like, I'm gonna see what she's like, right? So I told her this joke about how there's this drug that's designed to, it's cure depression. And in the clinical trials, they found out that the drug only works on lesbians. And they call the drug tricoxagen. And she didn't like that joke. She didn't like it, so I had to set her straight. Literally. She's with a dude now. So I don't know. Yeah. I dated this feminist girl who was super hot, and she was on paper, she was everything that I'd ever wanted. But she broke up with me because I wasn't woke enough. Like, I didn't understand all the terms that she used. Like, apparently, misogynistic isn't a form of foreplay. So I was like, I guess I'm just gonna be misogynistic by myself. Or maybe I'll go be chauvinistic in someone else. Yeah. Speaking of, I might hold on to this thing like for dear life. I was nervous, you guys, and I see all these people that I know, and I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. It's way easier in front of a bunch of strangers. Because, they say you're supposed to imagine the audience naked. But most of you guys, I've imagined all of you guys naked at least twice. At least, maybe three, every day. But, so this is just a normal, occurrence for me. I'm just yeah, no, never mind. Yeah, man. But going back to that woke topic, have you guys ever heard of that term Latinx? You guys know what that is? So Latinx is the gender neutral term that they've created for Spanish, for Latinos, right? Because in Spanish they have there's Latinos and Latinas, right? And you have the feminine nouns and you have the masculine ones. But I think that whoever created that was just a white person that didn't understand Spanish. Because in Spanish they already have a way of communicating gender neutrality, and the noun always reverts to the masculine if there's any question about it. Right, so I'll give you guys an example. If there's a group of 10 women, 10 Latin women and one guy, they would say Latinos because there's one guy in there. And conversely, they have another word. If you have one woman and 10 guys, they call that in Spanish a puta. Yeah. Hey, it's just Spanish, you guys. Don't hate the messenger. I wasn't gonna tell this one, but this is something that has been a big deal for me. Is I've actually done. I'm in my mid-40s, single, never married. And have I done therapy? Yeah, I've done way too much therapy, man. But I did this kind of therapy called EMDR, where they stimulate your right and left hemisphere, of your brain to go in and find trauma in your subconscious. And I did this for a year, and I'm telling you, it brought up all of this shit from when I was a kid, and I was wearing my emotions on my sleeves for a year. And I met this really great girl at the time, and I remember she was just not feeling it at the time, and I kept insisting, and I just kept trying to get her, and finally she caved in, and we ended up sleeping together one night, and afterwards I was crying. I just started crying. And I'm like, dude, pull yourself together. It's just pepper spray. I'm crying, she's crying, the 911 operator's like, is he still there? Yeah. Fucking police knocking on the door. Man, I think about, look, I have Tourette's of the brain, you guys. It's amazing that I don't blurt out just horrible, awful things in real life every day. I do sometimes, but I think about weird shit, you guys. I think about weird stuff. But here's one that I think about. You guys know the saying, "'Tis better to give than receive," right? You hear it at the holidays, right? Is that still true in the gay community? who's being more charitable in that interaction? Like, who's getting more out of that transaction? I'm curious. Like, I think about that. Like, I feel like in our society today, there's way more gay people today than there were when I was a kid. Like, it's actually a fact that that Gen Zers are 7 times more likely to be gay than our generation was. And I'm like, why is that? Not that there's anything wrong. Like, I love gay people. I have gay people in my family and I have gay friends. It's all good. But I'm curious about these things. Like, what happened? And the only answer I can come up with is global warming. Like, global warming is making everybody gay. Like, hear me out though, you guys. Think about this for a sec, okay? Like the cold and gayness are not synonymous. They're just not. Like, I've taken an ice bath. You guys have taken an ice bath. Like, if the turtle's head can't come out, like, how am I supposed to come out? Like, if little Punxsutawney Phil sticks his head out and he doesn't see his shadow, I gotta pretend like I'm straight for 6 more weeks. Dude. I actually have a good buddy that came out, a dude I've known my whole life. He came out recently, but the way that he told me was it was different. Like, I gave him a big hug and he gave me a boner. I was like, bro, like, is this contagious? Can I catch this? And he's like, dude, come on. And he came up to me, reassured me, put his hand on my back, and he goes, we can take turns catching it. I mean, it's only fair. But I can tell you this, I've been hanging out with him a lot more, and 'tis much better to give than receive, you guys. I can tell you that for a fact. Oh, man. Well, that's most of the jokes that I have, you guys. I want to finish this on kind of a serious note. Hey, just hear me out. All of the comics that came up here tonight were fantastic. I give it up for them. It's not easy getting up here and putting yourself out. And I can tell you from personal experience, and I'm sure most of the other comics would agree, is that to get up here, you have to push past that voice in your head that is telling you that you're not good enough, or that you can't do it, or you're never going to be as good as so-and-so or whatever. And I think that all of us, to some degree, have that voice in our head. And I think we evolved to have that voice in our head. I think human beings, to survive, develop this voice to keep us away from, don't climb up that mountain because you'll freeze your ass off and die, or don't go fight that lion. You know what I mean? Like, it's a part of us. And our parents do the same thing. They instill that into us too because they want to protect us, right? But we have to push through that voice that is keeping us from doing the hard and doing the amazing things and achieving our goals. And this, my friends, is how I convince girls to do anal. I'm Scott Busby. Thank you, guys.
Punchlines. Holy shit, thank you for coming out. That was fucking awesome. Give it up one more time for the staff at Left Coast. When you close your tab out, give them a good tip. They fucking deserve it. The rest of the comedians you saw, they work hard. They come down here from LA and San Diego. And lastly, what I will say is we go up 5, 6, 10 times a week in front of crowds all the time, and by far this is the best crowd we've ever had at Left Coast. You guys listen, you guys laugh, you're fucking awesome. We appreciate it, we need it. Thank you, honestly, as the producer of this show, and my friend Tanner who couldn't be here, from the bottom of my heart, it means the fucking world. Every guy up here is chasing their dreams, and girl, chasing our dreams. You guys make it happen. That is the show. Enjoy the rest of the night, get home safe.